Hey guys, welcome back to the segment. So I'm sure we've all seen it. Chelsea completely destroying Wolverhampton Wanderers, 6 goals to 2 in their game this afternoon. It was actually their second EPL game of the season, and no one saw it coming. Not the neutral fans, not the bad belly fans, not even the Chelsea fans themselves, because this Wolverhampton side has always been a side that gave Chelsea troubles in the last couple of seasons, but they came to the game today and completely destroyed Wolverhampton Wanderers by a huge score line. But the game is not what I'm really concerned about. I just wanted to react to at least two aspects of this game, which have some connections with our players, and it's one is the fact that Noni Madueke, who's still eligible to play for Nigerian Super Eagles, was the one that actually got the hat trick for that game. He was the man of the match. He was on fire. Let me just leave it like that. He was everywhere. So I wanted to talk about him and then talk also about the fact that Jackson disrespected John Mikel after that game by posting something on his Instagram, something that I would regard as inappropriate, that doesn't show respect, for a senior, for a legend of the club. So let's start with Noni Madueke. This man was on fire, and there's a bit of a short story leading into Noni Madueke's performance in this Wolves game. Maybe you've been following it, but if you've not been following it, let me just talk about it here. Noni Madueke actually posted, a status on his Instagram uh, early hours of this morning. I think it was around 12 a.m. And that post read, "Everything about this place is shit." That was what he posted on his Instagram status, and he put the location Wolverhampton Wanderers, which was really really disrespectful. And I'm sure if you saw the match, you would realize that he was booed. He was booed a lot. The fans really booed him because of what he posted on his Instagram. And then he actually did that, but deleted it very quickly, and then posted something else where he wrote, "Damn wrong Instagram account. You lot are too fast." So that was what really happened, in the early hours of this morning. And then fast forward to during the game, we saw the crowd, the fans, everyone was hating on him, booing him whenever he had the game. But I especially loved one thing about Nani Madueke in today's game. He played with so much confidence that he wasn't really disturbed by these booings. In fact, it felt like these boos and the whole chanting against him from the Wolverhampton fans, were just giving him motivation. It was making him to play even better, and he went on to punish this Wolverhampton side. Imagine booing someone for actually disrespecting your city and posting it on Instagram that your city is always a shitty place, and then you're booing the person that, but he comes on and every time you boo him, he scores a goal. Every time you boo him, he scores a goal. So he got three in that game. This man walked away with the man of the match award for that game. But he couldn't do it alone, of course. What you've mentioned is Cole Palmer, who was absolutely fantastic for this game. He had 3 assists for Madueke. In fact, the 3 goals that Madueke scored was assisted by Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer also had 1 goal for himself. And then Jackson, the likes of Jackson, had a goal and then an assist. Jackson actually scored the first goal of that game in I think one plus minutes, 1 minute and a few seconds, and that was what gave him the momentum to actually go on his Instagram to disrespect John Mikel Obi. But we'll head into that one later. But for Noni Madueke, for me, this guy has really shown us, a lot of good stuff. For me, I think this guy has really shown us the kind of player that he is, the quality of a player that he is. And, he's proving that time and again. Last season, he was one of the few good players that Chelsea had, one of the few players who actually performed that you can count out of the shambolic players or shambolic performances that Chelsea had, you know. And then this season, he continued that through the preseason. He scored a number of goals, I think 2+ goals. And now into this season, he's been scoring goals. Remember, he just scored a goal in midweek against Servette in their Conference League qualifiers. And he came up, today again and scored that hat trick. So this man is still up for grabs. I mean, he's still very open to play for Nigeria Super Eagles. Why, I don't know, the effort the NFF are actually making in terms of trying to get this man to represent the Super Eagles. I'm sure that there's still a possibility. I know that okay, he might be waiting for England to call him up, and so that he will follow suit with the likes of his friend Cole Palmer. But I think Nigeria still has a shot to try and see if they can get this man to play for Nigeria Super Eagles. We've done it, before. We did it with Ademola Lookman. We did it with a couple of players, Kevin Bassi. Even Iwobi. Even though Iwobi's one was a bit easier because we already had his uncle who played, who was a legend for the Super Eagles. But I still think Nigerian Super Eagles have a shot at getting this man to play for us. If only NFF can really put all the effort in trying to get across to Madueke's team and possibly his family, to see how they can get this deal sorted out. Honestly, I think it's going to be a really, really great addition if we can get the likes of Noni Madueke. Not just him, we have Chukwuemeka, of course, in the Chelsea shirts, who is also a very talented player. If given the chance, I know that Chukwuemeka is a player that can also has quality and can play, at the top level, just like Noni Madueke. If we can get these guys to represent the national team, the green and whites, I mean, it's going to be a mad squad, that we will be raising up for the future. But let me know your thoughts about that. Do you think it's still possible that we can get Noni Madueke to come play for us, or it's already a lost cause that England will, definitely get him to represent them? But moving straight into the next thing that I wanted to react on is the fact that Nicholas Jackson, has no respect. I want to put it that way. He has no respect, obviously, because he scored a goal against Wolverhampton Wanderers, and that gave him the audacity to go on and post something on Instagram. Let me read what he posted. The caption, the way that he disrespected John Mikel Obi. He captioned his picture where he was celebrating for the goal, and then said at Mikel John Obi, shut your mouth, don't talk shit, we are killing ourselves for Africa. So this was exactly what Jackson posted to hit back at Mikel Obi. Now I know that Mikel Obi has been talking a lot. He talks a lot, about Chelsea in particular. He's been in beIN Sports doing punditry duty, even on his podcast, the OB1 podcast, and also sometimes on on Talk Sports. He has always talked about Chelsea and criticized the attacking line for not being able to score, the goals needed for Chelsea to be a top team. And he has always talked about Jackson because, of course, Jackson was the man bought to actually score the goals, and the goals are not coming. But for me, I don't think that was enough for Nicholas Jackson to actually come out and tell John Obi Mikel to shut up, because I mean, you cannot compare these guys at all in any way. Jackson, it's even a crime to compare them. Jackson is just starting his career. He hasn't achieved anything, but he is telling someone that won the Champions League, won the Premiership, won a lot of trophies with Chelsea. Someone who's technically a legend of the club is telling that person to shut up. For me, I don't think that's the right thing. A youngster like Jackson should be doing. Yes, the man is under a lot of pressure to score goals, and yes, personally, I think he's doing his, he's trying his best, trying to get in the right positions to score goals. Even when he doesn't score goals, at least you see Jackson, try to create chances, create assists, make the runs, and then try to help his teammates. He always tries to do that. We know that and we see that. But for me, I think personally, the way that he should have responded to Mikel's criticism shouldn't have been to tell Mikel to shut up. That was not the right words to use. Personally, that's what I think. But you can let me know what you think about what Jackson said, to John Mikel Obi. There are several ways that you can actually treat it. You can, write something that's really subtle and diplomatic. No one would really understand the weight of what you're saying. And again, Jackson should remember that all great players face criticisms. I mean, it's a must. There is no time that you're going to have it easy. People must criticize you, and it's even the criticism that gets you to play better. It was the criticism, against Jackson that made him to want to score a goal so that he would go quickly on his Instagram to post something. So that's like how I see it. And personally, I just felt that Jackson, not just Jackson, but a lot of these young players that we have, they don't do very well with criticisms. They don't know how to manage criticisms, and they are very quick to go on social media and just lash out or post something that is disrespectful, and then later on they delete it in few seconds and apologize, just like we saw Noni Madueke did. Noni Madueke actually apologized on the Instagram status after posting something disrespectful about Wolverhampton City, and then he also apologized on his post-match interview after that game. He also apologized. So it's just been like that with these new age footballers. They are so quick to react because social media kind of give everyone that leverage to just voice out their opinion immediately, and not really think about things before they actually say it. But that's my opinion about this. What do you think, guys? Jackson disrespecting John Mikel Obi, and then Noni Madueke, actually having a shot to play for the green and white shirts. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to like and share the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're just finding football stories for the first time, and stay tuned. More stories coming up later.